Morning.
Good morning.
You are an amazing creator.
I am. What did I do?
A couple weeks ago, you said, wow, these are really boring cups.
Oh, yeah.
And you said, we need to get more interesting cups. And so what happened? One of our level one people, Ryan and Jessica, sent these amazing cups to us. And, you know, they're not boring.
No, they're actually very nice. I'm not sure that qualifies as a mock-up or just simply saying I need something in front of 20,000 people.
Oh, I hope we don't get 20,000.
Thank you for mugs. We don't need any more mugs.
The cool thing about this one, here, I don't know, this camera, once you finish drinking your coffee, you look inside, and there's the flower of life. Here, show it to that camera in case they...
Very impressive.
It's very cool.
But thank you very much. That was good.
Yeah, Fractal Effects.
Is
Their
Jennifer and
company.
Ryan's company.
Yeah.
Okay. So we were going to talk about mock-ups, but I'm not sure this quite qualifies. On the other hand, ask and you shall receive.
That's what a mock-up is.
Yeah. So
you put your attention on what you want, and you roll around in it and imagine it.
You get it.
You get it.
So let's talk about mock-ups, because one of the things that's happening right now, as these huge waves of light are coming in, the waves are disrupting how you've done a lot of things, but the waves are also enhancing how you create. And so over time, we talk about mock-ups. We used to teach mock-ups when we did a lot more clairvoyant teaching. But a mock-up is really a simple way of saying, what do I want? And then being able to hold your attention on it and accomplish it, let it come to you. So,
well, and it's holding your attention on it in a specific way.
yes.
So how we used to do mock-ups is we'd get in a meditation space, create a bubble out in front of us, and put this new red car idea in the bubble, and then feel it and see it and smell it and roll around in it and really make it be yours.
Yep.
And then what did we used to do? We used to send it off.
Well, you just basically tell the universe, this is what I want. And that's still a very effective way to do it. Mm-hmm. One of the things that I've noticed when people say I want in a way that is meaningful, or let's just start there. A lot of times people say I want, and they don't really want it all. A lot of times it's like, oh yeah, I want one of those. I'm going to have one of those. But we've talked about concentric circles and where people are in concentric circles. And all the work in Mastering Alchemy is about getting into a very quiet, focused space and then holding your attention on that intention. Mm-hmm. We don't always live in that really quiet, focused space. In fact, we don't live there very much at all. And the average person very seldomly visits that point. So it's as if there are concentric circles that we move further and further away from ourselves, and you find people saying, oh yeah, I want to do that, that sounds good, but they're really somewhere out here, not being precise. So the closer you get to yourself in present time and really look at it, is this something that I do want? And if I do want it, can I have it? Because a lot of times the next thing that happens is, yeah, I really want one of those, but, big word, but I don't have enough money, but I don't have a 2-car garage, and start telling yourself all the reasons why you can't have it. It's the same thing with affirmations. People who participate in affirmations, it's basically a mock-up. And the thing about it is I hold my attention on it, I'm good, and I get into the feeling, and the very last statement is, but. I really want this, but. And so that's effectively just telling the universe, I'm really getting into it, but
I'm not ready for it.
I'm not ready for it, or I can't really have it in real terms in my belief system. So the universe just stops creating right in that space. But right now, the ability to begin to have what you want is actually much more simple and much more available. The issue is the but. Mm-hmm. And so as you begin to get clearer in present time, like most everybody who's watching this playing in Mastering Alchemy at some level, it's grounded in present time, focus, center your head, and can I have this? Would I like this?
One of the things I've noticed that when we were teaching mock-ups consistently is that something that some people would bump into is they would start using the tool, mock-ups, on a really big project. I want a 3-story house with a backyard swimming pool. And it didn't always work. And so what's best is to start really small. Start with, oh, you know, I could use a new pair of shoes. Well, what would those shoes look like? You look them up online, you decide what color, you roll around in the new shoes. Start with something really small till you practice the tool.
That's not to say you can't have the 3-story house.
No.
What happens, though, is that creative mock-up process is very fluid, and particularly in this moving into this 5th dimensional state of well-being, it is very available. What happens, though, is we don't hold our attention on the intention of the mock-up in a way that we allow it to happen. The other thing that happens is this state of mind that we've all grown up in called instant gratification. Basically says, well, it's been a day, it hasn't arrived. So then the next thing we do, and I want to talk about this next week, is we go into doubt. I didn't do it right, or maybe I don't deserve it, or maybe the universe doesn't like me, and you start creating all these buts and I'm not okays. And this space where the creative process is being created is now the new vibrations that are coming in. It's about you. It's not about anything else. It's simply about you holding your attention on something and then taking a step and moving toward it. It doesn't matter whether it shows up today or tomorrow or next week in general terms. It is something where you start to just kind of feel it and roll around in it, like you said, and just close your eyes and sit there and kind of feel the coat, feel the shoes, feel the car, feel the beach, the sand on your feet, and then enjoy it in that moment. That level of enjoying it without the but begins to be really the magical part of how mock-ups work. We've talked about lots of other things in the past morning conversations, from I'm not okay, I don't deserve, to all these doubts or lack, the different words. A lot of those words are beginning to be static. They're not dynamic. They're not magnetic. They're not as engaged as they used to be. If you want to put your attention on lack, it will animate and it will play out as it's always played out. But if you begin to get into this space of getting clear about what you want and holding your attention on it, words like lack and can't and don't are beginning to neutralize in a way of that mock-up. That mock-up is going to start to be much more available to you in these coming times that we're playing in now.
You said something else too, that the process of doing the mock-up tool includes really, really, really enjoying the imagining of it.
Yes.
Without it physically being here.
Yes.
So being in an enjoyment place, present time, even though you don't have that red car, I really enjoy this whole imagination play I'm rolling around in without it being here.
Yes. Yeah, it's a big deal. And enjoying an experience in the imagination of it, or in the thinking of it and the feeling of it, really begins to move your creative focus aligned with the heart and how it happens. What we do is we get into a place where we look at the world around us, compare ourselves to the world around us, figure out where we fit on the list of hierarchy in the world around us: money, job, status, relationship, needs, can'ts. And we put ourselves into one of those slots and then begin to try to create from a place of lesser. And there is no place of lesser here. You can play there, but this is really, if you begin to hold your attention on this and kind of move with this and keep it a focus in your reality without needing it happening today.
Yes.
Now there's some things that say next week I really would like this to happen. Okay, that works fine. But in some things, not needing it, but just kind of knowing you've created it, you'll be surprised at how it comes about.
How quickly it comes.
Yeah. So, but this concept of doubt.
Let's talk about that next time.
Yeah, I want to structure that in a way that opens up something that's positive for
Good.
this creative process.
Good.
So, hope that was helpful.